Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Throwback Thursday where we give you a little bit of news and then we talk about an old movie that I think you should see. Today we're going to talk about Saw X and what it could potentially be leading to and how I feel about this. And then our throwback movie, we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's jump right into it. Alright everybody, so you might be wondering why I didn't add what our throwback movie is. Well, I'm going to change up how we're doing things just a little bit. I'm actually not going to tell you what the throwback movie is until the end of the video. This way, all you get is news. Now, what happens in the event that we don't have any actual news to talk about? Well, then you'll just get a throwback movie video that will talk about the movie a lot more than what we're probably going to talk about it most of the time now. But the important thing here is the news that we have to talk about today. And the news we have to talk about today is Saw X. Saw X coming out has led to a lot of people wondering. In fact, there are posts going up asking this and articles going up asking about the possibility of there being a Spiral 2. Because a Spiral 2 movie with Chris Rock was originally supposed to be the way things were going. However, in light of the fact that the movie didn't perform well at the box office and it really wasn't what fans wanted. Fans liked the idea of their Saw movie being with Jigsaw and his minions, his students, if you will. And they liked the idea of this being that type of movie, to take it out of that and put it with someone else. With Chris Rock's detective going after the killer, it just kind of didn't work for whatever reason. Now, I personally thought that Spiral was a good movie. So when this question begins to get posed, I start looking at how they could potentially do this and why. And what they've said officially is there's no plans to continue with it as of right now. But that doesn't mean that down the line we couldn't get a new Spiral movie. The idea of a Spiral movie could actually work because the Saw movie we're getting actually takes place in between some of the movies we already have, making it a prequel to a lot of the movies. This is going to make Saw X unique, but it's also going to allow them to continue the franchise by keeping it within these guidelines. Movies in between other movies, maybe even a prequel going way far back to before. We could potentially get a young John or something like that eventually, although I don't think that would be an amazing idea. Who knows? If done right, it could be amazing. However, Spiral wasn't that bad of a movie, and the idea of bringing Spiral into its own franchise, a spin-off, if you will, of the Saw franchise, I think this could work. Look at the Conjuring universe and how many movies they have and how many spin-offs they have that already have sequels. And a lot of these sequels excite the fans and they're ready to go and see them without any hesitation at all. So when you're looking at it that way and you're looking at, could this be a good thing? Yeah. I think it could be. Why not have the best of both worlds? Because there were some people that really liked Spiral and didn't necessarily like the Saw movies. There's always that. All movies and all art are subjective. And that being the case, you're not always going to like the same things that other people like. I know people that don't like any of the Conjuring movies, but still love the Annabelle movies. I know people that hate the Annabelle movies and the Conjuring movies who thought The Nun was actually an amazing movie and can't wait for The Nun 2. So having the best of both worlds and being able to please the fans by giving each fan what they want is never necessarily a bad thing. And being that I sort of did like the Spiral movie, And if they get a good story and they get it to go in a way that would excite everybody, I don't see why you couldn't have a couple different spin-offs to Saw. It's just the way it is right now. Spin-offs to franchises are able right now, during this time, to become just as popular as the movie itself, as the original series that it is a spin-off from. That's awesome. And I could actually see this movie continuing. And with them not officially saying no, but a lot of the reports do have them saying that this is probably not going to happen anytime soon. They talked about the box office being the lowest of all the Saw movies. So you take that into consideration as well, and this may not turn out to be the case. But being that I have kept hearing this as a rumor, I thought I would at least talk to you guys about it and ask you what you think. Are you super excited about there possibly being a Spiral? Would you go and see it if they did do that eventually? And now, our throwback movie of the day is the original Saw. The original Saw doesn't have a big cast. In fact, it has 2 men locked up in a room with a dead body. And that's the premise of the movie. That's basically where you are in this movie. You slowly start to realize how they got there as they talk and why they're there. And the movie is a lot more thriller than any of the other Saw movies that followed. The movie itself is one that I have seen people who aren't fans of the Saw franchise actually say that they enjoyed the movie. So even if you're not a fan of the Saw franchise and have never seen any of the Saw movies, the original Saw movie is one that you might want to check out. And if you have seen it, let me know what you think. Alright, so as always, we want to know what you guys think, so leave us a comment in the comment box below letting us know what you think, and then don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. Hit that like button as hard as you can, it helps the channel, and it's free. Then, Miko says we need more subscribers. And look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then, friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.